not to fight. But who is the enemy? We should have fought with more resistance. They kept our souls in the shadows, waiting for the fallout. Well, now it's time to crawl out. Can we survive this tragedy? Waiting for the fallout. Well, now it's time to crawl out. Too surreal to see the enemy. What a tragedy. We all now see where we went wrong. We'll rebuild this toxic world, make it a place of truth that's known. In a land out of love, in a land that's free. We don't have to fight. Peace with the enemy. We should have fought with more resistance. They kept our souls in the shadows, waiting for the fallout. Now it's time to crawl out. Can we survive this tragedy? Waiting for the fallout. Now it's time to crawl out. Too surreal to see the enemy. What a tragedy. Control our thoughts. You tricked our minds. You sold our souls for the last we should have fought with more resistance. They kept our souls in the shadows. Control our thoughts. You tricked our minds. You sold our souls for the last
Good evening.
Hello, everybody. We're back.
We're back. Welcome to the debut show of Thursday Paranormal. We'll be doing the show Thursdays at 5:30 to 6:30, but tonight is special. Tonight we kick it all off, Jim.
That's right, at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock tonight we did it. Different feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, it's okay. I kind of don't mind it, actually. I wonder if this is a better time. I don't know.
I'm not sure. We'll find out, right?
Yeah.
All right. So tonight we're featuring the music of Cleveland's Damaged Inc. We kicked it off with, what was the song, Jim?
The song is called Fallout.
Fallout, baby. And if you don't know that song, that's Outlaw Radio Nation's theme song. It's all a part of our video.
Very cool, Jeff. Good one.
Yeah, excellent.
We picked a good one. Boy, they had a good interview, didn't they, with us this week?
Oh, yeah, Damaged Inc. Excellent interview, man. No, it wasn't this week. I think it was a few weeks back, but excellent interview. We played their music last week. That's what you're thinking of.
Okay.
All right, so tonight we explore the UFO UAP disclosure reports with the paranormal chef Matt Guka. And then later in the show, we have the Hessdalen Lights story by Jim Bellinger.
Yes.
It sounds great,
Can't
right?
wait to get to it.
Yeah. I did a little bit of reading on it myself this week. Because I wanted to know what you're all about.
Oh.
What you're going to tell me.
Okay.
You're like, liar! I'll fact check you the whole time. No, I'm just joking with you. Our show is going to feature paranormal stories, interviews, news, events, and theme music for each episode. So tonight, it's all Damaged Inc. Okay?
It's fine with me.
All right, so let's get this otherworldly show on the way. You ready?
Sure.
And let's do an audio check.
Hey, it works.
Yeah, the phone works for sure.
Okay. I guess we're on.
Yeah, we're cool. We're awesome.
We're getting less and less technical difficulties every week, it seems like. So we got to keep that trend going.
But see, ever since we did have some of the technical difficulties, now I'm paranoid about it. So I have to pick up my phone and check. I know other shows out there like Redacted and Huff Paranormal. I never see them checking. They always seem to know that they're perfect. I don't know.
We'll get there someday, Jeff.
There.
We will.
Mental issues, like we were talking about on the patio earlier. I have mental problems, Jim. All right, here we go. I'm going to tell you a little bit about some paranormal news, all right?
Okay.
Some pretty cool stuff. And I love this music, so here we go. So today we get to do paranormal stuff. All right, so mysterious death. In July of 2025, a bull was found dead and mutilated on a ranch in East Carbon, Utah. The animal's genitals were surgically removed. In a thorough investigation by law enforcement, veterinarians and livestock and paranormal investigators could not determine a cause of death. Don't you think cutting off their genitals would have been the cause of death?
Bleeding, loss of blood.
Loss of blood from down there? I don't know how it died, but it has no genitals. Anyway, so let me ask you this question. What is the significance of surgically removing genitals from a bull and just leaving it there? Isn't that odd?
That makes no sense, but it's mental illness, I think.
Yeah, everything's mental.
Yeah, it is.
Everything. All right, so here's another one for you. Navajo Ranger recounts encounters in November of 2024. A former Navajo Ranger, Stanley Milford Jr., discusses paranormal encounters while on duty in Kunk. Milford detailed encounters with what he believes were cryptid and extraterrestrial beings and draws parallels to Navajo creation stories. I heard a lot about that. Have you ever heard that stuff?
Not too much. I'm got to get in the loop.
Yeah, I have some books at home for you that I'm going to bring over next time. Some paranormal, well, actually magazines. I have a couple of them. One's called The Supernatural and one's called Paranormal Hauntings. You'll love it.
Oh, okay.
Also has pictures.
I like the pictures.
All right. Here's another one for you. And this I thought was really cool. YouTube paranormal content. ABC News recently covered the YouTube channel Ghost Club Paranormal, which posts videos of alleged paranormal experiences and investigations. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Overnight paranormal investigations. Some sites like the historic Licking County Jail offer overnight investigations for those seeking a deeper experience of unexplained phenomenon, with reports of shadow figures, disembodied voices. We need to go. We need to start going to haunted houses.
Maybe we should start with one in Cleveland.
The Franklin Haunted House?
Yeah.
The Woman in Black? I think that's the one.
Maybe.
The one that was buried in the walls?
Is that right?
I don't know. That's the news I heard. All right, so here's one for you. Cleveland's only locally owned and operated ghost walk guided by Cleveland's leading paranormal author and investigative historian William G. Kretschy. Strange and Spooky Cleveland Tours delves into the most chilling historic haunts, terrifying tales of woe the city has to offer. Cleveland has a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm starting to understand that a little bit.
You know what else is really cool? Lakeview Cemetery. You know who's buried there?
Wait a minute. Did we talk about that already?
We've mentioned it before.
Is that right across the street from the ballpark?
Yeah, Progressive or whatever it's called.
It's right across.
Is that East 9th?
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard some cool stuff about that. So Alan Freed, the guy that brought rock and roll to Cleveland, is buried in Lakeview Cemetery. I believe
he is. That's weird. I didn't know people got buried there still.
Isn't there like 6 presidents buried there too?
Oh, come on.
I know James Garfield's there.
I guess we could do some investigation to verify that.
Yeah, I guess
Garfield is there, huh? President Garfield?
Yeah, I believe it's free to get in. They also have tours of up to 9 people. They'll take you on a whole tour of the thing. But I thought me, you, and Matt could go, and we could bring the spirit box.
I think we should try that place.
And check it out.
Why not?
Wouldn't it be cool if we went to Alan Freed's grave and he was like, "Holy hail, rock and roll," and just started playing his music on there? That'd be sweet. Garfield and Elliot Ness.
No.
Yeah, Elliot Ness is buried there. So I thought it'd be cool. I think we should totally go.
Huh.
All right, here's another one for you. And this is another thing I was thinking about. You know how, like, in the news, there's all this, like, shootings going on, and a lot of people think it's paranormal related with a spiritual warfare going on right now with good versus evil and the whole bit. And I was sitting there, and I was just thinking to myself this. How many people do you think would take the mark of the beast if the Antichrist was here?
Further explain.
All right, so supposedly the Antichrist comes. It's in Revelations, right?
Okay.
He comes, and to show your allegiance to Satan and the whole underworld, you have to take the mark of the beast. Now, when Nostradamus talked about it, he talked about how taking the mark of the beast would be a number, and maybe they were talking about like tattooing it on you. But the more and more as we get technologically advanced, they're talking about, well, the mark of the beast could be a chip that they put into your hand, right? So getting the mark of the beast would allow you to continue to live your life freely. You'd be able to, go to the market. You'd be able to continue your job. You'd be able to continue to play music. You'd be able to continue doing the things that you like to do. You'd be under the control of Satan and all the demons and the Antichrist, but money would come to you and you'd be happy, but you'd also have to turn your back on God. Okay. Now, the alternate of that would be they would kill you. They'd probably chop your head off if you did not take the mark of the beast. They're going to kill you, or they're going to imprison you and make life really difficult. How many people in the world would take the mark of the beast? Would you take it? Or would you turn towards God? See, at that point, you have to realize that God's real. Oh, no, I'm not taking the mark of the beast.
Doesn't sound like something I'd like to do, too.
But you'd be able to continue with your life. Like if he said to you, Jim, he goes, if you don't take the mark of the beast, this house is gone, your life is gone, everything is gone. Or take the mark of the beast and you can continue the way you've been living.
I'm confused a little bit.
That's what taking the mark of the beast is accepting him as your God, turning your back on the real God, right? And then be able to live your life. How many of you people out there will give your soul to the devil? How many?
Call us right now.
Yeah, 1-800-666. There you go. We're going to get ready for the paranormal stuff. You should be with us any minute.
And the paranormal chef would be Matt Gutka.
We'll be right there.
Active. And now for tonight's broadcast. 010100010, 011000110, 011001101, 0110110, 0110111, 0110111, 0110111, 0110000.
Good evening, Matt.
Hey, Jeff, Mr. Moonlight, how's
Radio
things
is
going?
offline. System
bad.
idle.
Welcome to Thursday Paranormal.
How deep do you want to go with this, and how long?
You got about a half hour, and you got about 25 minutes. You got, and
Okay.
I want to know off the rip. Are you going to take the Mark of the Beast, Matt?
I don't know what the mark of the beast will be, but if the devil looks good, and it's a she, maybe.
Would she
No, I'm
look?
just joking. I'm just joking. I don't know what the mark of the beast will be because I believe it's going to be some kind of technological thing, not a tattoo. It might
I
be a
think
tracer. We might have the mark of the beast already, and we don't know it.
Yeah, that's true. And we also may have the Antichrist here already.
Yes.
Hey, let me tell you this. I had some guy write me the other day and tell me that the Antichrist is here and it's Donald Trump.
Now, who told
Uh,
you that?
I think, truthfully,
is not. Some
don't think
dude.
I don't think it's him. I don't think it's anybody that's out there now that we know of. He's
There
gonna be. He's
in the
gonna
Bible, it
be.
says the Middle East.
Yeah, he's gonna come out and surprise us.
Yeah, he could be here. Who knows? We don't
Yeah.
know. The way things are going, he's probably definitely got his foot in the door.
For sure.
All
For
right.
sure.
All right, Matt. Yeah, I want to dive deep. And what I'd like you to do is, I've been watching nothing but UFO stuff all week. Obviously, we've been talking about it a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just let you go and tell me what you got to tell me. And I'm probably going to interrupt you from time to time with thoughts. All right.
Okay. UFO, UAP, two different kinds of subjects, two different kinds of matter. UFO is alien and strictly an alien thing, or a extraterrestrial, crypto-terrestrial, or ultra-terrestrial craft. A UAP, which is unidentified aerial or anonymous phenomenon, could be a human machine that we
Like a
don't know
drone.
about.
Like a
And
drone.
yeah, like a drone,
Or, yeah.
or anything, or some kind of orb that's flying around that nobody knows about, or a tic tac, which Lockheed Martin claimed that the tic tacs were theirs.
Yeah, they
So,
are.
so,
I believe that.
uh, and once you add anonymous, uh, anominal, or phenomenon to a subject, it automatically becomes something that science has to ponder on and think about and dwell on.
Let me ask you this. Then what are the submersibles? Now we have that to deal with.
That's the underwater, uh, unidentified submerged objects.
All right, so let me stop you right there.
So I believe that could be the Mariana Trench, could be any place in the Atlantic that nobody has explored. They have either a porthole or a mini base down in the water that they come up every so often to check out and fly out to their wherever their other dimension or their other planet. But there's something down in the water.
So let me stop you and say this. So we have UFOs,
Yes.
unidentified flying objects, UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomenon, and then we have submerged phenomenon as well,
Right.
right? And then
Right.
so we also have the thought of now this somebody I heard somebody say this today, and this is a trip. And then here I'm going to go on a little take you down the rabbit hole. So the Boogosphere, right,
Yes.
is 12,566 years old. They did a carbon testing, what it's called, carbon testing on it, right?
Carbon
Yeah,
dating of what was inside
right.
the Boogosphere, not outside, because
Which
they don't know what the outside material is.
which
It's some-
they believe is
it's
that
it's
is
some kind of metal that
fiber
we
optics.
yeah. It's very odd.
So, but here's what I'm saying is 12,566 years old. That takes us to Plato. And Plato and many others said at that time that's when Atlantis existed, okay? And this makes sense to me. If Atlantis did go into the ocean, right? If
Right.
it went underwater, very easily that they could have continued to live with underwater bases, right? And that
Yes.
they could be the submersibles. It could be Atlantis, the lost city of Atlantis. That just
I bel
and Boogosphere is right around that same timeline. That just
there is
right.
there is right. There is a theory that we have others, not us human beings, maybe another split off human beings, but others that have went under the sea or underground from from before the Younger Dryas or the first ice age, which is around that time period too. So it could be very easily the Boogosphere was activated by something and was brought up and then hit the power lines and they opened it and they took it to the University of Georgia, which has one of the best carbon dating facilities, at least in the United States. So
Yeah, they found it in the
if they're
jungle.
wrong, then then they have to recheck everything that they've done in uh, those many years.
All right, let me say this. So here's the other thing, Jim. The Boogosphere is the UAPs. Those things
Yes.
flying around the air, the Boogosphere has already been documented. They already have video of it going years and years back to 2017. They're showing videos of these drones flying around, and that's the Boogosphere. And then there's all
So,
different kinds, all different
a
sizes, but
lot. Yep.
those are the UAPs.
Especially like in the southern hemisphere,
And guess what?
Brazil, Mexico, Africa. They've seen these things in Australia. Believe it or not, the Aboriginals have told stories of these things passed down from generation to generation. So there's something to this.
Yeah. And guess what? I saw last night a whole bunch of videos on YouTube. The drones are back.
Yes,
Lots of them are
and
back.
It's about time.
Norway, in Norway, Denmark. Denmark had to shut down their two largest airports. Norway had to shut down one of their largest airports, and in Denmark they had to shut down a military base
Yeah, I
because of
saw
these
it.
things.
I saw the videos. And it's
And
the
the one
plasmoids.
in Denmark, the airport, they said it was as large as a large SUV.
They had a Boogosphere land on the runway and just
Yeah,
hovered on the runway. They have video of it. Those are
yeah,
the drones flying around. Isn't that crazy? Those are the drones. They're back, man.
they're back. They say they're all over Europe now.
All right. Did you hear about this today? A lot of people may not have heard this, but we had an explosion in space. What was it? Two stars colliding. We
I
had
didn't.
what's that thing called when you get the explosion off the sun? A
Oh,
massive.
solar flare, solar storm.
Yeah, we had a solar flare today,
Yeah,
and there was two earthquakes in Venezuela. I believe
Yes.
one was a 6.4 and one was a 6.2.
There's a lot of earthquakes going on right now, so
Yeah, there
the
is.
earth is shaking.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. All right, continue with your stuff, man. Sorry.
Okay. You were talking about Dave Grush. He's
Yeah.
now on what is his name? Senator uh da, 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 da. What's the guy's name? Shoot. Uh Burleson's uh staff now. He's being protected by the uh, na- uh national the congressional police force. So is all the other panel people on the panel, like Dylan Borland, or
I
Telly.
heard the whole panel is in protective custody.
Yes, even George Knapp and his partner Jeremy uh, Delknap. No, Dan Danville are in protective custody. Um, they can't find they're trying to find Lou Alessandro, and they can't find him or any of his family or his secondary family. So
And
they're all either in hiding or they they all become unalive, which is the new word. You're not allowed to say kill or dead. You have to say unalive.
Dr. Greer is missing.
Yes, Greer is missing. Yes.
Well, I don't think he's completely missing, but he's not doing any YouTube stuff or going on any shows. I
No.
don't think they're allowing him to go on shows. They won't allow him
And
to go on like Rogan anymore.
oh, yeah,
Handlers.
yep. Rogan is very, very into this stuff. He's like one of the number one people in the United States to bring out people to do this. Like the Luna interview. He's trying to get George Knapp back. He's a whole bunch of stuff. Really cool stuff. He did a whole big series on the Immaculate Constellation, which is another huge thing
I
in
watched that whole thing.
UFO and UAP thing.
I watched it this week.
That's actually what got Congress started with all this true UFO and UAP stuff, was the Immaculate Constellation. That's a whole nother half hour, 45 minutes to talk about thing. It was a really cool thing though. Uh,
The other
yeah,
thing is, I heard the Pentagon was investigating the UFO stuff, and a lot of them lost their nerve because a lot of them realized that they're demons and not even aliens.
uh,
Some of them are.
you might say that, but what is a demon though, and what is an alien? Uh,
I guess
I
maybe
take
pure evil.
yeah, there is some benevolent aliens and beings that are out there
Yeah,
that you
you're
don't
right.
want
Just
to
like
mess with.
people. Just like
Uh,
people.
I all the stuff I watch and listen and read, there is a fraction out there that you really don't want to mess with. Like the ones that were dealing with the Nazis, and the ones that were dealing with uh pre Berlin Wall coming down, with
Hey,
the Soviet Union and mostly East Germany.
hey, Matt. Let me ask you this. I know this is a little off the beaten path from UFOs, but it kind of ties into the paranormal. Have you noticed there's been an uprising in witches that are casting spells on political figures? Have you heard about that?
I have not, but I can believe so. I have to dive into that. I've been, well, basically concentrating on the UFO, UAP, the cryptids, and the the spiritual realm
All
more
right,
than
let me ask
good.
you this: have you ever watched Huff Paranormal?
No.
I want you to watch Huff Paranormal, okay?
Off
He's a
paranormal.
yeah, he's a kind of like a psychic medium that uses spirit boxes. He uses this
Okay.
spirit box called Transcend. I want you to look into that. That
Okay.
Transcend is it's like $14. You can download it onto your phone, but it gives crystal clear responses. And it's not a word dictionary. It's nothing but letters, and they have to actually put the letters together to create the words. So this is
Okay.
a step beyond like the other ones out there. But the reason I bring it up is he used his spirit box to channel Three Eye Atlas. And supposedly he talked to a spirit or an entity called Mal, M-A-L. Do you remember
Okay.
who Mal was when you look up the different gods? Wasn't he the wasn't he
He
one of the
he
gods?
You
he
mean
was
Greek?
he was a
Yeah, Greek.
Egyptian god.
Yeah, Egyptian. That's right.
Egyptian
Anyway,
god.
they had a whole on conversation about pretty much like Three Eye Atlas and the aliens and what their plan is.
Three Eye Atlas is acting weird. It's dumping some crazy stuff
Slow it
out of
down.
its. They don't even know what it is. It might be a terraforming thing or a or what I understand. It also could be a planetary eliminator.
All right, let me ask you this question: have you seen the dude that took a piece of the meteorite that crashed and
No.
it's growing?
Oh yeah. I saw that. I have to look more into it because it looks.
It
Some
looks
of
like
it looks.
venom.
Some of it looks CGI, but there was also something that looked like that over the skies of London a couple weeks back. So it might be. I have to dive into that. All I've seen of that stuff was on reels. So I have to dive more into it on YouTube and uh in reading and the Google and all that stuff.
All right, Matt. So I heard this about UFOs, and I think this is true too. And I wanted to ask you what you've heard. So obviously UFOs can cloak themselves and
Right.
change, almost like shapeshift. And somebody saw a bunch of Black Hawk. They have it on video. They have Black Hawk helicopters chasing after what looks like another Black Hawk, but it's kind of like fading. So it looks like if something cloaked itself to look like a Black Hawk.
It very much so. They say they can do that. They say they can change into other things. They could just blink out and turn the clouds and come back. It's just they can do that. Some of them can. Some of them just don't. It's I've heard that they've in ancient history that they actually changed themselves into flying carts and flying um, what
So
do you
you're
call
gonna
it?
tell me flying
Like
carpets?
carts and horses and all that kind of stuff in the air,
Oh, like chariots.
chariots and stuff.
That's why
Yes,
they're like they thought the gods had flaming horses and chariots
right,
because they could shapeshift into that.
right,
That's true. I also heard another thing where um it was somebody out in Cheyenne Mountain that they saw a UFO that turned into a horse. And they were talking about this golden horse, but it was really just a UFO that was shapeshifting.
right. A lot of stuff happening at Cheyenne Mountain. I just watched another one of Coldhart's interview with some guy that was a former intelligence officer that was on base that was not connected to Cheyenne, but was another Air Force facility that saw an actual 300-foot craft right by the mountain that was actually white and glowing, and the the body itself, the outside was churning. It was looking different every so often.
They said that it was like 300 yards,
Yes,
300 yards long and
yes,
just as wide. and it was hovering between two mountains. And
Right.
you're right. I remember this story. It was two officers that were walking to a debriefing of classified information at Cheyenne Mountain, because
Right.
Cheyenne Mountain is still in existence. It's no longer the
It's no
NORAD.
longer NORAD, but there's other things going on in there.
Yeah. Okay. Also, I have another question for you.
Okay.
The story of all right. So we have they're calling them biologics or NHIs, non-human intelligence.
Non-human, intelligence.
This is a difference, and I want our listeners out to know the difference. Non-human intelligence is like AI. So it's like a massive brain that is interwoven into the UFO. So it's almost like a living, breathing thing.
Exactly.
And then you have the other side of it where they're biologics, where they're not exactly living, breathing creatures. They have a respiratory system that's computer and a brain that's computer, and they're all hive orientated.
Right.
And
Right.
then they
The
have
Greys.
and then they have the
The
higher
Greys.
ups. Yeah, the Greys that are
The
actually
small Greys are very much the replicants or the cyborgs, but they're more closer to the replicants that have an actual circulatory system, a set of lungs, set of teeth. If I'm just saying, they have a mouth, they have a nose, they have eyes, they have what they think are ears that are centered either lower or higher than ours, but they're all holes. And they do have some sort of brain, but it's not an actual brain. It's wires and tubes. Lack of a better word, fiber optic type stuff going through his brain.
Right. So it brings me to my point. The reason why we have had so much trouble reverse engineering these crafts is because they are interwoven into their brain and their circulatory system.
Right.
The aliens are like meshed with the craft. Then they can
Exactly.
telepathically fly it around. Whereas
That's
we use
we can't.
controls and
That's why we're
gauges.
trying what they're calling psionics now,
Yeah.
which is something that will control the craft. Supposedly, they had a couple of whistleblowers on the news a couple months back that said that they were retrieving a orb type figure that was more egg shaped than orb, and supposedly one of the pilots in the helicopter mind melded with the thing,
Right.
and supposedly it turned it on. So it could happen.
That's why AI is going to be the thing, because AI will
Yes.
be able to interface with this, and then we'll be able to control
Interface,
it from there.
control it. Yes.
Hey, I also heard this other story. They were talking about the interface, right? That it's
Yes.
all. They have some UFOs that are actually like alive.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
bleed.
Yeah.
That's crazy,
It's
isn't it?
it is. It's it's not it's blood, but it's not blood. It's kind of
Right.
their living. It's like living oil, kind of. It's a lubricant, living oil. It's what keeps them alive too, basically,
So let
or
me
keeps
say
it
this to
going.
So think about these two movies that came out in the past: War of the Worlds, Independence Day.
Right.
Both of those movies had the living liquid, basically the let's call it the life liquid that runs through the machine, right?
Right.
Remember in War of the Worlds, they would eat the bodies, process it, and they would go into like a liquid form in their thing, and as they walked around, killed everyone. And then
Yeah.
Independence Day, they were woven into the thing. So
Right.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm sure a lot of people don't think about this a lot, but I know we do. Our fantasy reality of a world is interwoven into Hollywood's world.
Yes, yes. It's how crazy Hollywood has some kind of, not to go off subject. They have some kind of, I don't know what you would say, a connection, spirit. It's spiritual or whatever you want to say, connection with the world. I believe it somehow some of the people belong to a certain kind of group that taps into the the, the mentality or the consciousness of the world,
All
and
right.
that's where they get all their
Yeah.
ideas.
All right, Matt, we just have a couple minutes left here. Give me an idea of what you think is going to come next.
I I have a feeling that we will, as a human race, be disclosing something soon. It already Japan, Canada, and Mexico are farther ahead in their disclosure than we are. Japan's already has they already have offices in police stations, firehouses, uh, government buildings that you can go in and tell of your visions or what you've seen, or if you're an experiencer and they don't lock you up and throw away the key. It's because of what happened at Fukushima. You know where the well, I forgot
Tsunami?
what year it was,
Oh,
that the tidal wave,
tsunami? Yeah.
the tsunami, and after that, not tens or twenties, but thousands of people have seen things come out of the sea. So Japan's further ahead of us, and Mexico and Canada with disclosure. I believe that we will find out something within, I don't know, 2 3 years. I also feel like after watching the last session of Congress with the UFO UAPs that something's going to be happening real quick because they're talking about subpoenaing the former and the now head of AARO, which is a modern equivalency of Project Blue Book.
Yeah.
And I also think they're talking about subpoenaing Lockheed Martin, Skunk Works, McDonnell Douglas, Boeing, just to see what they know.
If they
And
even testify.
yes, I know they're going to have a bunch of lawyers, but that's what I think might happen next.
Every question they're going to be like, can't tell you.
No, it's going to be a whole row of redaction.
Hmm. All right.
But that's what also I'm thinking. And the further I went down this hole, the more I'm less afraid of the aliens and more afraid of the military, the government, the what I call the dark military, not the military, Jeff, that you served, but another type of military within the military.
Well, yeah, this deeper than the swamp, man.
Yes,
Well, okay. So before I let you go, I'll say this. I 100% agree with you that we will have some major disclosure this year. 2026 is going to be a bombshell. And
right.
2027, I'm going to predict right now, if it doesn't happen before 2027. So let's just say this. If the aliens come before 2027, I'm wrong. But I'm saying today, we're going to see some type of alien activity between now and 2027.
And
Actual, real, freaking proof.
what I understand, the end 3 months of 2027 is where everybody's pinpointing something's going to happen.
Yep. You're
So
exactly right.
we'll have to. I mean, everybody. in the field. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. So that's, I mean, there's a whole lot more we can go into, but
You only have so much time. That's
yeah.
how
So,
the world runs.
and if you, and do me a favor, if you guys don't want to go into a hole, don't do it, because you'll come out different feeling. So that's what I say.
Yeah.
So
All
be
right.
innocent, my folks. Peace out.
Peace out, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great information. We'll be
Yes.
talking very soon. Everybody is the Paranormal Chef, Matt Guka.
Look
Yeah,
me up on my
fantastic.
Paranormal Chef page on Facebook. And if you have any questions, leave them there. Thank you, guys.
All right,
We'll
cool.
see you later.
Thank you so much,
See you
Matt.
guys.
Take it easy, bud.
Yep. Talk to you guys later. Talk to you this weekend, Jeff.
All right, definitely for sure. See you, Matt.
See ya.
Very cool, huh? A lot of good information. I bet you were like, oh my God, what's going on?
I'm trying to keep up with you guys.
There's going to be a lot of craziness. All right, we have another song that we're going to play, and when we come back, we have the Hessdalen Lights. This is Black Rain by Damaged Inc. We'll be right back. Damaged ink, black rain. It's the end of time. It's about nuclear fallout. I wonder if their whole album is nuclear fallout. I haven't heard any other songs.
I do not know.
All right, Jim, you ready? I actually have something for an intro for you.
257. 257. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. 2.
Isn't it weird how all the sound effects for space are like robot code now?
2, 5, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All right.
Bunch of numbers. That's all that is.
All right, here we go. Welcome, Jim Bellinger with the Hessdalen lights.
So you guys were talking about spaceships, unidentified flying objects, basically, right?
Yes, sir.
So I'm talking about, I guess, just lights. They're not ships. They're just lights. So anyways, we're talking about some phenomenon that is happening in Norway, and it's been happening for decades. And this has taken place in Hessdalen, Norway. There is a valley in central Norway, remote and sparsely populated, where the sky puts on a spectacular light show that cannot be explained. This isn't to be confused with the aurora borealis. This is something stranger and far more baffling. So everybody wants to know, or at least the people in the city, they want to know, what is the cause of these lights? Since the 1940s and even in the 1980s, residents have documented unexplained lights in the sky. These lights aren't faint, distant lights. They are bright yellow or red lights that can hang motionless for up to as long as an hour. They suddenly sprint across the sky at impossible speeds. They have been reported to be at least the size of cars, just meters above the ground, and they glow. So
Like spheres or plasmoids?
they're just lights.
Lights.
It's funny
Dancing in the sky?
they go at impossible. Isn't the speed of light really fast though? They're saying
Yeah.
impossible. No,
Like fairies?
speed of light is fast. So they are capable of doing aerial maneuvers and split into smaller lights, moving in rhythm, and become invisible in a flash of an eye. Again, these are all these lights. They could change their appearance in a second, and they could become invisible in a second. During 1981 to 1984, these glowing objects were seen around 20 times a week. And again, we're talking about this has taken place in Norway. This isn't folklore. This is a documented, continued visual anomaly captured on film, tracked on radar, and analyzed by spectrograph. There have been many attempted explanations, which have all been dismissed. These aren't aircraft. They make no sound and move in ways no current aircraft could ever perform. They aren't stars or planets. They fly below the clouds and navigate between valleys and terrain. They aren't car headlights, so they're trying to rule things out here to try to figure this out. In 1998, a scientific research team was set up to study these visual anomalies. Isn't that something? So they got some smart people gathered to
You almost have to.
figure this out once and for all. Well, let's see what happened with that. Their findings led to no answers whatsoever, rather resulted in more questions. The lights are real. People see the lights. There's no doubt about that. They're not spaceships. The data reveals the light doesn't match the signature of any known combustion process, whatever that means, I guess electricity can be turned into light and
Or
there's crystals and there's chemical reactions glowing and stuff, but I don't know.
no, like trails. There's no gas emission coming out of it. You can't see any type of exhaust or
Yeah,
any type of
that's-
fire or flame that would drive a fighter jet, right?
Yeah, that's pretty good interpretation. Good going, Jeff. Instead, the data suggests the light is composed of a plasma of ionized gas containing elements including silicon, iron, and titanium.
Plasmoids.
Isn't that something? These elements are common to the valley. And again, we're talking about a valley that is located in Norway, in the city of Hessdalen, if that's pronounced right. So, what is the best theory that they came up with? Well, they did come up with some stuff here. Let me explain. The best guess is based on the unique geology of the valley itself. There is a river in the valley, and on one side it is rich in iron, and the other side is rich in zinc and copper. Interesting, huh? Also, the river water is rich in sulfur, and the reason for that is for all the sulfur mining that they did way back. I don't know why, if they're not doing the mining now, why it's still rich in sulfur, but I guess it's hanging around and there's some sulfur in the water. So, well, anyways, the sulfur acts as an electrolyte conductive medium, is what the scientists came up with. It is thought the entire area acts as a giant natural battery, causing a powerful magnetic field which caused pockets of plasma that glow brightly.
It causes them to illuminate,
Whoa.
huh? The chemical mix.
So it may be possible that the energy itself creating the light is the earth itself. So it's a battery in that area. And there's another one idea. There are other theories which included the quartz crystals found in the valley generate an electrical charge or even interactions with cosmic rays. So they came up with nothing. And it's just kind of interesting that just recently they're seeing the UFOs or whatever flying around and stuff like that.
All right, so I looked into it too, and I'll say this. You're exactly right. They talked about those different chemicals, and they also talked about the crystals. They also talked about it being an electromagnetic field. They also talked about it being like the Aurora Borealis. But to this day, they still have no idea what it is. And here's one other thing I'll say. And I was thinking about this when you were talking about the lights. I bet the Native Americans, when they first saw fireflies or lightning bugs, they thought those were like alien. Maybe not even the Native Americans. Maybe it was the caveman when they saw that for the first time.
Yeah, I guess that's possible until they smashed one on their
Yeah, they smashed
face or
it.
something like that.
You think they
I remember we used to take
put them under your eyes?
Oh man, we were bad. We used to take the glowing part and squeeze it off, and
Oh boy, going to hell.
oh yeah,
Oh.
we were nasty.
In hell, they're going to squeeze you apart and put them under their nails. That's funny.
You know, this past summer, all those lights and objects that they saw flying around in multiple places, a lot of it was in New Jersey, right?
Yeah, New Jersey had, but they've
Were they
noticed.
aircraft or was it lights? I wanted to clarify.
All right, so in this, we are talking about this with Matt.
Is it-
It was like threefold. You had UFO sightings, you had UAPs, you had the boogosphere things flying all over the place, and then you had lights. But then at the same time, you also had people with regular personal drones that were up there chasing all the lights and the UAPs and on the UFOs. That's what you saw in the sky, was like privatized drones up there flying around. But the problem is some of the unidentified ones were like the size of cars.
And how do they hover motionless, just meters above the ground too, and then all of a sudden take off?
Yeah.
And
0 point energy.
it's just I don't know. It's so baffling. But anyways, I thought it was very interesting. And they're still trying to figure out what the heck the story is, and I don't know if they'll ever get the idea. And as far as aliens and any new stuff happening in the past few years, I know you're thinking that there's going to be some information coming out. Well, I'm not going to hold my breath. That's all I got to say about that.
I think it's going to happen for sure. I think it's pretty on its way. It's coming. That's my prediction. I'm going to predict it now, and then when I'm right about it, we'll kiss our ass goodbye because everything's going to change. I'm kind of hoping for a reset way ahead of that time frame for 2027. All right, well, this has been the Paranormal Show. It went pretty fast, didn't it?
It sure did.
Yes, it did. So, yeah, we'll see how things play out. There's a lot of cool stuff coming, like Matt was talking about. Next Thursday, you could catch us at 5:30. We have the Cedar Mills triplets, a story about triplets that were all born at the same time that have paranormal things that happen to them and paranormal gifts. That's going to blow your mind. We're going to have music by Conspiracy 216. We'll have a UFO report, and then we'll have strange news, and then we also have a report by Jim. So that's going to happen at 5:30, and Cedar Mills triplets should be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
All right, so I'm going to play a song to lead us out because I have a feeling that we need to do 2 or 3 songs on this show, don't you?
That's a good idea. I also wanted to shout out to our listeners today that stuck with us. Susie Lilly, thank you for showing up today, and all you other people that did.
All right, so Bino from Oz, 1975 is here. Matt Guga, thank you for stopping in and doing your thing. Solly, thank you for coming in. Tracy, and everybody else out there that's watching on YouTube or LinkedIn. I also want to say hello to Susan and Lily as well. So, yeah, man. And this has been the Paranormal Show. It's Thursday Paranormal. We're going to try to come back at you again next week with some more stories. And we'll see where it goes from there. I'm going to play a song by a friend of mine. This dude's name is Eddie Delmonico, like the steak. And the song is fun. I was thinking about some things about girls over the week. And this is for all you guys out there. Here we go.
Well, this life sometimes it'll kick you right in the teeth. I swear it don't care, it'll knock you right off your feet. Get on a streak, then I'm feeling hot. Life is good, or so I thought. Then a woman comes around and takes me down for everything I got. I had a pretty little lady, she was my baby. I was happy as I'd ever been. I fell in love, then she messed me up real bad. Now she's gone with the wind. I tell you, man, the booze didn't bury me, but the women did. I've been down for crimes and misdemeanors, but I still got out. Well, old Willie took me to the cleaners, don't ask me how. I get to thinking with the wrong head, and then I'd end up in the wrong bed. Then my whole damn life's just hanging by a thread. Oh, I had a pretty little lady, she was my baby. I was happy as I'd ever been. I fell in love, then she messed me up real bad. Now she's gone with the wind. I tell you, man, the booze didn't bury me, but the women did. I tried again 10 times, but each time I find she just took me down and the booze didn't bury me, but the women did. Man, the booze didn't bury me, but the women did. They really did. Man, the booze didn't bury me, but the women